two. Joining me today is Christine Basham out of Columbia, Maryland. Out of an audience of more than 250,000 agents nationwide, Christine has been selected to represent the state of Maryland on behalf of Broker Agent Advisor as this month's Broker Agent of the Month. And Christine, it's a privilege to get to recognize you and validate you for your contributions to the industry. Congratulations on the recognition, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much. I'm so very excited. I feel very blessed.
Well, you've earned it. This recognition is all about finding men and women that make this industry better, and you're definitely one of them. And my desire is for people that get a chance to watch this video to get a little bit of a sense for who you are and what's important to you. So I thought we'd explore just a couple questions together really quickly. Let's talk about, like, you could be doing anything, and yet here you are, you're a realtor in Maryland. How did you get into this business?
Well, it's funny. So back in about like 1988 or so, I started in the property management business, and I started, managing and working in apartments. And property management is very unrelenting and unforgiving. And so I worked for a REIT, and that's just really crazy. They just want to sell and just hurt who they have to in the process. So anyway, so then I went to work for a very large agent back in the 90s, and I managed all his listings for him, did all his market analysis, did everything, managed his rental business, and did everything in the back scene for him. And I learned a lot. I really am glad that I had the experiences. Then I went to work in the relocation business, and I called upon 600 corporations to get their relocation business. And then along the way, I worked for a title company. So I just found that, I was tired of sort of, let's say, making the buck for someone else, and they weren't doing what I wanted them to do. So I like to treat people like they would like to be treated. And I felt like that business that I was acquiring and working through was not giving the attention and the love, let's say, that I wanted to give it. So I got inspired and got my license in 2001. So, fast forward 20 years, and I've, accomplished to have a great real estate business and family, really, of folks that I have helped to buy and sell real estate.
Well, the experience you've had, one, I think it's good starting out in this business to have a mentor or someone that can show you what's required to be successful in this business, because it's a lot harder than most people give it credit for. But you talk about having been exposed to virtually every aspect of this business before you became a realtor, and that puts you in a position to offer great counsel and advisement to your clients.
That's true. And that's really what I try to do. I really try to give advice and be their advocate and look after them. Before all of that, I was in college. I was going to be a nurse, and just life had its challenges, took me a different direction. And I like to take care of people. I like to, make sure they're well and good, and they matter to me. And I think that's really the big key, is that putting them first. And a lot of real estate agents don't do that. They just look at it as, let's say, a transaction. Well, real estate is a relationship business, and it always has been for me. And so I've always had people turn around and come back to me. I have folks that I've helped 6 or more times to buy and sell real estate. And this year alone, I've had like 60% of my business by referral. Wow. So referral is sort of like the best compliment when someone says, here, this agent is who you want to work with. And I've just had the really, really nicest experience with folks referring me to others they know.
Yeah, it's the ultimate testament that you're trusted by others, right?
It is. It is.
I think we've probably already touched on it a little bit, but you've been in this business a long time. You've seen every aspect of it. What do you find most rewarding about being a realtor?
That's really, it's someone's home is their castle, especially with the pandemic, it's their safe haven. And they're trusting me with their biggest asset in life. And so that is a huge compliment to me. And so I just pride myself in really, being that person that they need to care for that asset in their home. And so, I just really take that, to heart and put really heart in it, let's say. I mean, I really care a lot. I think I can say I pride myself in being a very caring person, and just being knowledgeable. If I don't know, I'm going to find out the answer. And, when I go into a show home, I take the extra time to really figure out what's going on with the property versus just saying, okay, do you want to buy it? It doesn't work that way. It's their money. It's a lot of money. And so it really, really takes time for me to feel like they're happy with what they're looking at. I had a buyer one time that just, we saw one home and she just wanted to buy it. And I'm like, well, no, why don't we look at some more? And so we looked at like another one or two or whatever. She's like, I really like that first one. I said, okay. I said, I just want to make sure that you really do like this house because, I don't know. It's just, like I said, it's a process for me to counsel them, like you said, and really lead them the right direction.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a big resources allocation. It's a significant investment for most people, and the least we can do is do the due diligence to make sure it's the right investment. I found a testimonial of yours, and I always think it's good to listen to how someone sitting across the transaction from you, or someone that you've helped navigate that transaction with, explains what that experience was like for them. It says, our family have all used Kristen as our realtor, and we've referred her to others. Christine's motto, realtor for life, holds very true for our family. We sold our previous home and purchased our current home with her, and the experience was phenomenal. But my latest experience was selling my parents' home as an estate sale. Christine was kind, compassionate, and went at a pace that I was comfortable with during a very difficult time after losing my parents. I would recommend Christine 100% and will continue to do so. Thank you so much for all your help. And you've got a bunch of these. This is a testament that you are who you aspire to be, right? When your clients, that's the feedback they give you, and that's sort of validation that what I want to try to be for my clients is coming true, and that makes this business pretty rewarding.
That's amazing. I'm so blessed to hear words of my client that way. Yeah, I do have just so many referrals and just so many people that come back to me, and it's just amazing. It makes my heart feel good. It's just I love that. That's why I do what I do.
Well, it's a different kind of work when your clients talk to you that way. There aren't a lot of businesses that get to experience and get to know their customer in the same way that a realtor does. And so, yeah, that's high praise.
Yes, thank you.
Talk to me about Columbia, Maryland. I've not been to that part of the country. What makes Columbia, Maryland such a great place to live, work, and play?
Yes, it's awesome. Well, James Rouse developed Columbia as a planned community in the 60s. And sort of the mindset became country living with city amenities. And so we sit halfway between Baltimore and Washington. And so we're just in this real awesome hub. And we're also resourced by NSA and just a lot of government agencies and all the feeder agencies for them. And so we become this commuter's dream. And then we have a lot of man-made lakes, over 100 miles of paved bike trails. Oh. It's a very, let's say, get out and enjoy the community kind of town. Just really people get out and enjoy the space that we have. It's very walkable. There's lots of resources. Money Magazine has voted Columbia, #1 in the country several times. Wow. And so, it's just really recognized. We have the best schools in the country. So just all those things really complement and make us a wonderful place to be.
No kidding. What a great place to be in this business. And,
yeah.
and you get to know and be friends with your neighbors. That's awesome.
Right.
We've had this pandemic and it's impacted everybody in some way. But it's had its own kind of impact on the real estate industry. We've had unprecedented low inventory nationally, virtually everywhere. And it's made for a really challenging couple of years in this business. I thought, since I've had you and you have so much experience, if you were to offer a single piece of advice to a peer in this business, what would that piece of advice be?
So, sort of doing what I said, like treating every person and every, like I said, a lot of realtors look at it as, I've done this many transactions. Well, for me, it's all those relationships. And so just really taking it and counseling people. And, like, let's say you're going to help someone sell their house. It's really a listening appointment, not a listing appointment, like a lot of people call it. And it's listening to what someone's looking for. It's listening to what they need. And then, like you had read that review, gosh, there's like 10 reasons why people move. Like 6 of them are kind of forced. So the forced type of moves, like death in the family, marriage, kids, some of them are pleasant, some are not. And so just really taking into account where someone's coming from and then, helping them to get through it is really what's helped me. And so for someone new to the business, I would just say, really listen to people and take the time to help them, not just look at it like, the next transaction, let's say, or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. I've interviewed thousands of agents and sold real estate myself, and consistent amongst almost all of those agents that have had a happy long career in this business is the genuine care and concern they have for other people and helping them navigate what they're trying to accomplish. And so I think that's great advice. I think you are the perfect candidate to be recognized. I am proud to be here playing a role in helping you be seen and recognizing you for your contribution to this industry. I want to congratulate you again on the recognition, and I wish you nothing but huge success on the rest of your journey.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm blessed to be a part of this program. And, I do a lot for my clients. I have client appreciation parties. I do a lot of fundraising with MS, leukemia. My client appreciation party, I kind of loop it into, shoot, I just lost my train. Red Nose Day, which is for kids that are in poverty. Lost my train of thought for a second. But I'm always trying to give back and always trying to be, a way to help people in any way I can. So this is a really awesome experience. I really appreciate what you guys are doing for me.
Well, you're welcome. You've earned it. And it's good to be able to share some time on Zoom and hopefully create a piece of content that will allow others some insight into who you are. And it's my hope that they choose to use you as their realtor.
I would love that. Thank you so much. Yeah, it means a lot. It really does.
Take care, Christine.
Okay, thank you.